onlinetrainings.com. Yesterday, we spoken about what is a data warehouse, right? So data warehouse is a large database. And we also spoken who's the founder of data warehousing concept. And we also seen data warehouse versus data mart. And already we knew what is OLTP and what is OLAP. And today we'll discuss about top-down approach versus bottom-up approach, right? So now, if you wanted to know who's the father of data warehouse, Dr. William H. Inman, right? So later in 1990, Dr. Ralph Kimball added or introduced dimension modeling. So tomorrow, I'll talk about what is a dimension modeling, why dimension modeling is very, very important. And even though, William Enman, started the data warehousing concept in 1980s, but Kimball became so popular in 1990s onwards. He has taken data warehouse concept into each and every IT company. Now, today we have two concepts. Okay. One is called William data warehousing concept. So, sorry, I got a call. So, William Enman, even though he invented, Ralph Kimball became so popular. Why? We will understand. Now, data warehouse means, I told you, which is a subject oriented data, and all the data from the different sources will get integrated, which is going to be storing old data, historical data, or, non-volatile data. So that is what you got to understand. And different time data will be loaded into the data warehousing. For example, last year sales, current year sales, and last 5 years sales, different time data will get stored. So according to the Inman, so the data warehouse means a large database, which is a subject-oriented data, integrated data, non-volatile data. Each subject data, for example, thinking about a banking domain, banking lo ఏమేమి ఉంటాయి? Banking will give you loans, banking where you can buy mutual funds. You can also go in banking and open a fixed deposit account. Lot of things you can do. You can also apply for credit cards. You can also do, share market purchases. Lot of data they will have. So all the data we are not going to be, keeping in the single folder. We are going to be creating a lot of subfolders. These subfolders are called as data marts. అర్థమవుతుందా? So data warehouse is a centralized bigger database, and a data mart is a subset of data. Clear? So you have a data mart, so and data warehouse. So collection of data marts is called as a data warehouse. I explained clearly in yesterday's class. Please watch what is the difference between a data warehouse and a data mart. Clear? So data mart, data warehouse, both of them are going to be storing data, but data mart, it is going to be taking only one set of a data, one type of the data you will have. Clear? So for example, I told you, you create a songs folder. Inside songs folder, you create English songs, Telugu songs. So English songs is only English songs. Telugu songs were Telugu songs. It is a centralized and subfolders. These subfolders are called as a data mart, right? So English songs, Telugu songs are together called as a songs. That is what is called a data warehousing. Okay. So data warehousing is a completely collection of a data mart. Data mart is going to store the same categorical data, same type of the data will group it together. Clear? So that is what a data mart. Data mart is a subject oriented data warehouse collection of data marts. Data warehouse is superset of the data mart, and a data mart is also one more another database. So these are the points we discussed. Now today, what is a data warehouse means? Data warehouse means which is a large database, because data, if you wanted to store, you need to have rdbms software. So after you installing rdbms software like sql server and oracle, so after you opening sql server, what will you do? You create a database. So within the database you store the historical data, right? So data warehouse is a large database where you're going to be storing completely data coming from different sources. It is integrated అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి? మల్టిపుల్ సోర్స్ లో వచ్చిన డేటాని మనం కంబైనింగ్ చేసి స్టోర్ చేస్తాం. దెన్ వి గోయింగ్ టు సమ్మరైజ్ ద డేటా and we're going to be preparing historical data for analysis and decision making purpose. What is the purpose of a data warehouse or OLAP means? For the decision making purpose. What is the purpose of OLTP? And for the business continuation purpose. To run the business, we are going to be maintaining a OLTP databases. But to enhance the business, to increase my business, we are going to be implementing OLAP databases where you can take the decisions and the decision will get you more and more business. అర్థమవుతుందా? OLAP purpose or data warehousing purpose to increase your business by taking the beautiful decisions. If you wanted to take a beautiful decisions, you need to analyze the data. Where is the company's data is available in your data warehousing? So data warehousing is used to analyze the data and for the decision making purpose. But OLTP databases are used to run your business, daily transactions. The companies are going to be giving you offers. You're buying the complete products in amazon.com, or you go to ICICI Bank, do a lot of cash deposits, open fixed deposits accounts, taking loans, and you repay the loans. All the data to run daily activities or to run the business, we normally use OLTP databases. Remember that. OLTP means online transaction processing. So why? To run the business. If you don't have a OLTP application today, can you run the business without a software? No, right? So OLTP to run the business. But OLAP software, data warehousing means old data. With old data, will you run the business or will you improve the business? Definitely, I'm going to be analyzing. OLAP means online అనలిటికల్ ప్రాసెసింగ్. అంటే ఆ డేటాను ఉపయోగించుకొని యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి టేకింగ్ ఎ డెసిషన్స్ టు ఇంప్రూవ్ ద బిజినెస్. సో ఓఎల్టీపీ పర్పస్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్, ఓలాప్ పర్పస్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్. ఓలాప్ అంటే డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్, ఓఎల్టీపీ టు రన్ ద బిజినెస్ and to capture the data, initial data. OLAP to get the old data, park it for 5-10 years, and you do the lot of analytics on it, and you take a decision, and those decisions are going to impact the business growth అనమాట. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో ఓఎల్టీపీ పర్పస్ వేరు, ఓలాప్ ఆర్ డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్ పర్పస్ వేరు. పాత్ రెండు కూడా క్యాప్చరింగ్ డేటా. ద పర్పస్ ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్, రైట్? So I am teaching data warehouse, you are listening data warehouse. What is my purpose? My purpose is to teach, but your purpose is to work. But both of them are into data warehousing, right? So I am teaching data warehouse, you are listening to data warehouse. The purpose of you to get into jobs. My purpose is to complete the course, right? So that is how that purpose is the different, right? OLTP purpose to run the business. OLAP business to increase the business. If you have any issues, you can analyze the data, you can take proper precautions. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో డేటా వేర్ హౌస్ అన్నా డేటా మార్ట్ అన్నా బోత్ ఆఫ్ దమ్ ఆర్ డేటా బేసెస్ ఓన్లీ. డేటా మార్ట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి హ్యావింగ్ ఓన్లీ లోన్స్ డేటా, ఓన్లీ క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ డేటా. బట్ డేటా వేర్ హౌస్ అంటే యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ లోన్స్ డేటా, యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ క్రెడిట్ కార్డ్ డేటా, ఆల్ ద డేటా ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి యాడెడ్. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ మిక్స్డ్ వెజిటబుల్ కర్రీ అనమాట డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్. Data warehousing is mixed vegetable curry, and data mart is only carrot curry, aloo curry. It is a separate curry. It is one curry, right? So only one data you're going to be storing. Clear? So mixed vegetables curry is called data warehousing. It is one curry, only one vegetable, one loans data is going to be there. Or one beans curry, you're going to be preparing a curry. So that is what is called a data mart. Data mart అంటే ఒకే ఒక లోన్స్ డేటా కానీ ఒకే ఒక డొమైన్ డేటా అందులో ఉంటుంది. లోన్స్ డేటా అయితే కంప్లీట్ గా లోన్స్, కంప్లీట్ గా బీన్స్ కర్రీ, కంప్లీట్ గా you have పొటాటో కర్రీ, కంప్లీట్ టొమాటో, you don't have anything else there. Clear? So mixed vegetable curry is called as a data warehouse. In simple example, single item data unte, that is what is called a data mart. Clear? So that is what you need to understand. So you mix all the beans curry, tomato curry, then you will get a data warehouse. Mixed vegetable curry, you will be able to get it. So that is your choice. So if you want to prepare a mixed vegetable curry, that is also a choice, and you can prepare in individual curries. Then later, if you need a beans curry, you can prepare. You can serve differently. If you need a mixed veg curry, you can take some vegetables from here, you can take some vegetables here, you mix it up, you serve the curry. That is also fine, right? If you have a data mart, that is always good, rather than creating a mixed vegetable curry and separating the vegetables. So that is bad. So these are the simple example you can understand to understand what is a data mart and a data warehouse. Clear? So what is OLTP? Designed for transaction purpose and daily business purpose and OLTP applications untai. So whatever be the application that we are connecting and using, that is OLTP. People would ask you in the interview, have you ever used OLTP softwares? Yes. I go to the bank, that is OLTP. Why? Fresh data we are going to be storing. I recharge my Airtel mobile phone, that is a recharge. I make phone pay amount to Bhaskar, sir, that is OLTP. What about last year phone pay transactions? That will be loaded into phone pay data warehousing. Clear? So all the data phone pay is going to be putting. So they wanted to understand how many people have recharged to Airtel last year, in the current year, and is there growth in the sales or decrease in the sales? Why many people are not recharging? So how many people have recharged? How many people have paid current bills? How many people have paid, transferred the funds? How many people from South India? How many people from North India? How many people from Hyderabad? How many people from Bangalore? How many guys from Rajasthan? They wanted to analyze. So which, country or which, city is making more payments for the electrical bills using phone pay, which city is not at all doing any this. If they don't get more revenue, for example, let us say Rajasthan, why Rajasthan people are not making, or why in Delhi people are not using, why Hyderabad people not using? So what they do, so immediately you will see a lot of ads. Phone pay, you use phone pay, get a 10% discount on when you make the Airtel mobile bill, or when you make electrical bill, 20% discount on phone pay. What is that they wanted to understand? They wanted to increase the business. How they know that they have to give this offer? They have analyzed last 5 years of phone pay data in the Rajasthan division, Hyderabad branch. They understood, so drastically many people are not using phone pay. Competitor maybe Paytm, or maybe a Google Pay, where many Hyderabad guys are using more Google Pay. They are not making payments using phone pay. The phone pay wanted to increase their business. What they do? Immediately they will ask for a report. Who's going to be asking for the report now? Tomorrow you work for a Power BI developer in phone pay. All the data is available in phone pay data warehousing. So you create a report and give it to the business decision makers, right? So for the decision purpose, we are going to use most of the time what a data warehousing databases only. We create most of the time reports in the data warehouse, less time in the OLTP databases. Andike you should know data warehousing very well, because of the reason, because most of the time reporting is done in the data warehousing, not in the OLTP. Okay, డేటా వేర్ హౌస్ దేంట్లో ఉంటుంది? ఎస్క్యూఎల్ సర్వర్ డేటాబేస్ లో ఉంటుంది. యూ షుడ్ నో ఎస్క్యూఎల్ వెరీ వెల్. We frequently modified, right? So OLTP data means frequently we are modifying. I have changed my address. You go to the bank. I have changed my mobile phone. You deposit the cash, withdraw cash. Every time data will change. More data, more writings are going to happen in the OLTP. I told you, read and write data. 80% of the time, writing is going to be happening. I have deposited the cash. Balance will increase. I updated the cash. Balance will increase. When you make a call to me, there is a Airtel application will say call is made from so and so number to so and so number, right? The data is going to come. But last year, calls, last year, deposits, last year, withdrawals, all the data is available in the OLAP. So data modifications are not frequent. You never update or modify the data. Once in a year, you dump the data. Then after that, you don't dump the data on regular basis. So always the end users are connected daily data to the OLTP. But once in a month, once in a quarter, once in a year, once in a 6 months, the data goes for 1 hour. One year data is going to go to data warehouse within 1 hour. So that's it. So after that 90 days of the time or 365 days, we are going to be reading. So data modifications are not so frequent. We write once in a year and remaining time we are going to be reading and reading. Not we create a report and reports are going to be getting the data into the data warehousing. The simple phone pay example, last 5 years, why Hyderabad, the customers are not making electrical bills or making the payments electrical bills using a phone pay. Why? Because they found that Paytm is giving more offers. Then more than the Paytm, the phone pay will give a lot of advertisements immediately. When you switch on the radio, phone pay use karo, you will get 20% discount. You switch on the TV, you will see advertisement. You switch on the Telugu channel, Telugu newspapers, because Hyderabad means Telugu. So they want to give ads everywhere. So Telugu news, Telugu paper, Telugu articles, wherever in Hyderabad you see the hoardings and everything. Why? Because they taken a decision. They knew that the Hyderabad customers are not at all happy with our phone pay. So whatever it is. So based on that, the advertisement is going to come. Why they're advertising? Because they wanted to increase the business. Clear? So that is how you can understand. Or you can say you recharge today, you will get 50% off tomorrow, right? 50 rupees will get created tomorrow. All this because of they wanted to increase the sales, right? So maintain a small set of data, maintains a large set of data. Index is not recommended. Indexes are recommended. This topic you have to learn separately from your SQL Server classes, right? More users because OLTP we are connected. Phone Pay I am connected. I am not working for a Phone Pay, right? But Phone Pay one of my friend is working, so is become a business user. He is going to be attached to this. My friend is working for a Phone Pay. So he's a business manager there. So that guy is going to be asking Phone Pay BA developers to create lot of reports. I'm a Phone Pay end user. I'm going to be using OLTP. Phone Pay is OLTP application, right? I'm going to be doing lot of transactions. Wherever you are attached, you're an end user. Okay. So these users are called business users. Okay. So Phone Pay employees are called as a business users. That's what you got to understand. Clear? Now, read and write data, it is historical data, read only data, fresh data, historical data, compulsory interview questions, right? Now, what is a top-down approach? Proposed by Dr. Bill William Inman, complete name. So, his complete name is what? So, Bill William H. Inman. Bill William H. Inman. Okay, now. So he's the complete, founder. According to him, there are two types of data warehouses. One type of a data warehouse is called as a top-down approach. Data warehouse is created first, then the data, founder. According to him, there are two types of data warehouses. One type of a data warehouse is called as a top-down approach. Data warehouse is created first, then the data marts are derived from it. First, you create a mixed vegetable curry. Then if somebody asks, I need only beans, and now you need to take the beans from the mixed vegetable curry and give it to him. So that is what he's saying. Clear? Data marts have consistent data and subject-oriented data. It is robust for against business changes. The cost of the project is too much because you're going to be dumping all the data into single data warehouse. You're not going to be segregating. If somebody asks you I need only beans, I need only potato, you're going to go to mixed vegetable curry, remove take out potato, you take out potato and you give the potato curry. So that is what you're going to be making. So top-down approach is always bad because you're going to be creating mixed vegetable curry first. So that is the bad idea. So then bottom-up approach proposed by Ralph Kimball. Data marts are created first and then the integrated with the data warehousing. Data marts are created first, business solutions can be answered. So here you create a potato curry, you prepare a beans curry, you prepare a carrot curry first. If somebody needs, mixed vegetable curry, you take some items from here and here and here, you mix it up, you serve it. So this is becoming so popular in the, current IT industry. So people are not creating a data warehouse. Data warehouse in the other way, you get any kind of a data, you mix, you create, mixed vegetable curry, because you create a single data warehouse database, you create a sales table, you create a HR table, you create a employee table, you create a loan table, you create a, expenses table, you create different tables, but all the tables are going to be there in a single database. Clear? That is what is called a data warehouse. You create, you mix it up. But tomorrow, if you need something, you are going to be going and joining and getting the data from this table, that table, this table. So why HR manager wanted to see sales data? Why sales manager wanted to see HR data? Because HR person is different, sales guy is different, inventory guy is different, right? Loans manager is different, credit card manager is different. Why credit card manager wanted to go to loans? Why loans guy will go to HR? Nobody needs that kind of data. If that is the case, why are you creating a mixed vegetable curry? That is the question asked by many people, right? So don't create, because I wanted to have a only one curry, you would like to have one curry. So how is that you wanted to use? If much more people are asking a mixed vegetable curry, then create a data warehousing like that. If much more people are asking, I know I need only potato, I need only tomato, I need only this. So much more time, sales manager will ask you sales reports. HR manager will ask you HR reports. How many people have joined today? What is the percentage of the salary increments have given last 5 years? And what is the attrition rate? How many, people are resigning every month? And how many, what is the bonus given to all employees? And what is the, band or grade A employee salary? Like that, they wanted to do a lot of, HR analytics. So why HR data? You wanted to keep it into data warehousing. So you create a separate data mart and you create a report and give it to the HR manager. So that is what is the question asked. So you don't create a mixed vegetable curry, you create a separate HR data mart. Right? You put into HR data and do lot of data analysis. You create lot of reports and give it to the manager of HR. Like that, many people thrown this approach. What approach is thrown? Bill Inman approach is many people don't like, because it's saying you dump all the data, you create a mixed vegetable curry. If you need it, then you filter it. So that is very, very bad idea given by top down. Correct? Bottom up is you create a data marts first. You create a potato curry separately, beans curry separately, carrot curry separately. Then if somebody needs mix it of everything, then you combine everything and prepare a mixed vegetable curry. This is what is called a bottom up approach, right? So, I'm getting a large amount of data. I have getting from servers and getting from databases. All the data will go to staging area where I clean it. I perform the data, and all the data I'll be keeping where in single database. Okay, it may be HR data, it may be sales data, it may be this data, but all the data belong to a Amazon company. I'm not talking about different companies. Amazon will have HR data because they have employees. Amazon will have a sales data. Amazon will have a branded data. Amazon will have inventory data because they have a lot of godowns. What is the inventory in India? What is the inventory in Hyderabad? What is the inventory? Inventory different, sales is different, right? So like that, all the data is created in different tables. This is what is called data warehouse. Instead of that, what you do, you get all the data, you create different data marts. Clear? So using the data marts, you're going to be creating a data warehouse if they require. I told you, you create a carrot curry, you create a bindi curry, you create different curries. If somebody asks mixed vegetable curry, you take some from here, you take some from here, like that you mix it up, you give the mixed vegetable curry. So using a data marts, you can create your data warehouse. And this is what is the bottom up approach, right? So bottom up means you're going to be keeping the data marts first. On top of that, you're going to be keeping the enterprise data warehouse. Clear? Then you do a lot of analysis. You create reports. So report means you may create a Power BI report. Excel reports, any report you can prepare. So this is what is called a good construction, good architecture. You create a data mart. Using that, you create a data mart or data warehouse. Okay, you can create one more data mart. In this data mart, you will have only two subjects. In this, you will have only two subjects. Okay. So this data, it is combined. It may be a data warehouse. So you take all the data. It may be creating enterprise data warehouse. Clear? All these are small databases. Clear? So that is what is the enterprise data warehouse. It is a data warehouse at an enterprise level. Clear? So you're creating a data marts and you create like this. Or without a data marts and everything, you dump all the data. This is also enterprise data. Enterprise data means all the data of the company is located in a single place. That is the meaning of enterprise data warehouse. Okay. So according to Inman, you create a data warehouse, later you create a data mart. Okay. According to Kimball, you create a data mart first, then later, I told you, you create a potato curry, tomato curry, beans curry. If you need a mixed vegetable curry, you take this, you take this, you take this, and mix it up. Right? So this is the importance. 80% of the companies are doing today this approach. Only 20% of the companies are using his approach. Okay. One difference between both of them are data warehouses only. Okay. This guy came into 1980 and this guy came into 1990. Both of them are talking about data warehousing. Clear? This guy says you create a mixed vegetable curry. Then if you need, you can get individual vegetables. Then this fellow says you create individual dishes. Then if you need, you mix it up. So many companies are following this. 80% of the companies are following Kimball data warehousing. Clear? 20% of the companies are following this, right? So Microsoft is following this approach only. Many companies, Oracle, Microsoft, many IT companies are following this approach. This is one difference between Kimball methodology versus Bill Inman methodology. One approach is bottom up. Bottom up is this. Top down is this. Okay. Inman approach to this approach. This is one difference. Second difference is how will you design a data warehouse? Because if you wanted to use a airport, you have to design and construct, right? If I wanted to build a swimming pool, I need to design and construct the swimming pool, right? If I wanted to create a data warehouse, I have to design and construct, right? So how do you construct this data warehouse? That is also one more important point, right? The second point, how to design. So according to Inman, he says, however, you have created OLTP, because same data is going to go. However, you have created OLTP, the same designing you can use it here. Normally, OLTP databases are created in which concept? So OLTP databases are created a designing a concept called ERD modeling. ఓకే మీకు సీక్వెల్ సర్వర్లో ఉంటుంది అది ఓకే సో ఈఆర్డి మోడలింగ్ టు డిజైన్ ఓఎల్టీపీ డేటాబేసెస్ ఈఆర్డి మీన్స్ ఎంటిటీ రిలేషన్షిప్ డయాగ్రామ్ సో మెనీ పీపుల్ షుడ్ నో దిస్ సిన్స్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ ఏ డిజైనర్ యూ డోంట్ నో బట్ స్లోలీ when you become a senior guy you have to know the designing of databases okay designing of databases what kind of a databases we have I told you the types of databases right all of them are databases only I told you right so OLTP is a database I told you staging is also database and the data warehousing is also database okay we have two types of databases OLTP databases and a data warehousing database for example Amazon okay then this will be what is OLAP database Amazon data warehousing so according to Bill Inman he said how can we design so there is a designing principle designing is called ERD modeling what is ERD modeling ఎంటిటీ మనం ఎట్లా డిజైనింగ్ చేయాలా, మనం ఇల్లు కట్టుకోవాలని డిజైనింగ్ చేయాలి కదా, అలాగే డేటాబేస్ లో డేటా పెట్టాలని డిజైనింగ్ చేయాలి కదా. సో సంబడి హ్యాస్ టు డిజైన్, రైట్? ఇఫ్ యూర్ బయింగ్ ఏ బాటిల్, సంబడి ఇస్ డిజైన్డ్ ద బాటిల్ ఫస్ట్. You're open, seeing a laptop, somebody has designed that laptop first, then manufacturing is going to happen. Entity relationship diagram. Diagram hai kada? Meeku designing ani diagram. Clear? So this is the principle are going to use. So ERD modeling is released in 1970 by Dr. Peter Chen. So he's the guy who spoken about ERD modeling. If you wanted to create any OLTP database, so what is the designing principle we are going to be using? ERD modeling. ERD and ardham enti? Entity relationship diagram. If you wanted to watch what is the ERD, you can go to my channel, YouTube channel, Bhaskar Jogi. You can say ERD by Bhaskar Jogi. So I spoken about this. Okay, 2 videos will be there. You can just watch. You will understand very good concepts. Designing how to design a fresh database from scratch. Now, if you wanted to design a data warehousing, okay, so this fellow says you use the same thing. There is no change at all. So that is what is the this guy. It is also one more database. This will have 6 months data or last 1 month data. All the data is going to come after some time, right? So it says, you please use the same designing methodology, same principle. There is no change. That is what he changed. That's what he says. That is the next, this one. But according to Kimball, it is changed. Clear? So, according to Kimball, what Kimball says. Both of them are databases. Somebody has to design the databases. He says, you design ERD, that is fine. I don't mind. But don't design this. So here we are going to be using dimension modeling technique. Okay. So to design a data warehousing, according to Kimball, so ERD modeling is not used. What is the modeling? So this is the modeling. This is given by in 1990 by which guy? Dr. Kimball only given. Clear? Kimball has given new designing concept. Clear? So that is what you got to understand. So this is what you need to understand. In the dimension modeling, he only introduced. So this table is called as he has introduced 2 more terminology, DIMS and facts. అర్థమవుతుందా? So dimensions and facts because of this guy only. Clear? So when somebody is saying a dimension and a fact, that means you are using Kimball data warehousing technologies. అర్థమవుతుందా? So according to Bill Inman, it is not called as a dimensions and facts. So he has given a transactions and master tables and transactional tables. Okay, we'll discuss about tomorrow. Clear? So if somebody says a dimensions and a facts, this is the wordings given by Dr. Kimball only. Kimball says dimension modeling is the concept, beautifully used for the designing. So we'll talk about this designing tomorrow, day after tomorrow. 2 days we are going to be working on the designing. Clear? Of a data warehousing, and we'll see how the Amazon data warehouse can become a data warehousing database and what to include to design a data warehouse from scratch. All of them we will discuss. Clear? So what is ERD modeling? All of them again I will discuss in tomorrow's class. So tomorrow we'll have introduction to dimension modeling. Clear? So that you will know how to design a fresh data warehousing databases. Clear? If you want to design Amazon database, OLTP database, you should know ERD modeling. Even though you don't know ERD modeling, don't worry. I will give you some brief intro tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll concentrate on this. Clear? So according to Kimball only, we have to say dimension table and a factor table. And dimension modeling అంటే టెక్నిక్ అనమాట, ఒక డయాగ్రామ్, ఒక పద్ధతి. Clear? And using this technique, we are going to create lot of diagrams. Clear? So designing and diagrams only vastai. You don't get the code. You don't get any software. It is only diagram. Designing and enti pen and paper and do the diagrams and everything. Clear? So that is what is important. So I told you two things in the Enman and Kimball. Enman says you create a data warehouse, then you derive a data mart. That is one. And Kimball says you create a data mass, create a data warehouse. That is one difference. Second difference, OLTP database, data warehousing databases where ERD modeling can be used to design. But Kimball says no. OLTP databases can be developed with ERD. That is fine. I don't mind. So it is also ERD. That is no problem here. So here also it is saying ERD modeling. But here, so this guy says dimension modeling. Clear? ERD modeling is done in 1970s, Dr. Peter Chen, and dimension modeling in 1990 by Dr. Kimball only introduced. So according to him, the data warehousing is a database. Database ante em untai? Database means tables. Tables will have two types of tables, dimensional tables and factor tables. So here also database. Database means tables. What kind of tables these are? These are called, master tables and transactional tables. Okay, ERD lo we will say master tables and transactional tables. Okay, tomorrow we'll talk about what is a master table, what is a transactional table, what is a dimension table, what is a factor table. All these things we'll discuss in tomorrow's class. Clear? So these are the two differences. 80% of the companies are using data warehousing with a dimension modeling designing. డైమెన్షన్ మోడలింగ్ పెట్టారు అనుకుంటే మీకు పేర్లు డైమెన్షన్ ఫ్యాక్ట్ అని ఉంటాయి. డైమెన్షన్ ఫ్యాక్ట్ డేటా వేర్ హౌస్ ఉంది, బట్ ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ డైమెన్షన్ టేబుల్, ఫ్యాక్ట్ టేబుల్ అంటే దట్ ఈస్ ద డేటా వేర్ హౌసింగ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ ఏ Enman data warehouse. Enman is not going to call dimension and a fact. He'll simply say I have a table, I have a master table, I have a transactional table. That is the naming convention given by Enman. Clear? But what is the naming convention given by Dr. Kimball? A dimension table and a factor table. That is the conventions. Clear? If somebody says dimension and fact, you are going to be using a Kimball data warehousing principles only. When somebody says, I have a data warehouse, but I don't have dimension table, factor table, I have a master table and transactional table. So the meaning is that guys are implementing Enman data warehousing. Clear? So that is the point. You got to understand. So database can be OLTP database, OLAP databases. OLTP databases is to run the business. The best example is Amazon. To run the Amazon business, I have an Amazon database, but Amazon data warehouse where I have historical data of Amazon sales. Clear? So these are the 2 points you got to understand, guys. So tomorrow we'll discuss about operational data source. Very, very interesting and important point. What is ODS? We know what is OLTP. We knew what is staging. We knew what is a data warehouse. We knew what is a data mart. Tomorrow, it is very, very interesting interview question. What is ODS? Operational data source. We'll discuss about this in tomorrow's class. Okay. So thank you, guys. Yeah, OLAP ante idanamma. So, sir, does it mean that we cannot use BA softwares like Power BI, Tableau in Enman data warehouse? No, we can use, but companies are not using. So we can use anywhere, but you cannot say dimension table and a factor table if the data warehouse is from the Enman approach. Okay, so we'll say I have a master table and transactional table. That is the wording. But 80% of the companies are going to use Kimball methodology. So we'll say dimensions only. We'll say dimensions. So that is the rule. Clear? If somebody says I have a data warehouse, but I don't have a dimension and argument, they are using Kimball approach. Clear? Not Kimball. They are using Inman approach. That is the point. Okay, if you need sample CVs, please mail me. So you can use, see, wherever there is a data, you can use Power BI reports, okay, or a Tableau report. If the naming conventions are different, that doesn't mean that we can see wherever there is a data, we can create a report to Mayank. So that is what is the point. Clear? Whether it's a dimension table or a master table, what is that you need, right? So we are getting a lot of data from Excel sheet. We're able to create a lot of reports. Do you know what is dimension data or fact table data? It is some data, right? If you have data, you can create reporting. But I'm saying, according to the theory, these are the differences that you need to know. You get clear or not? So who will dump the data in data mart and data warehousing, right? So now do you tell me, ETL developers, right? So tomorrow or when the SSIS starts, so the SSIS is the guy who's going to be dumping the data from sources to the data warehouse. So you'll have in between ETL developers. So SSIS guys, Informatica guys. So all those people are going to come. They're going to be dumping the data from OLTP to data warehousing. Clear? So that is the question asked by Chandra. Who will dump data into the data marts or data warehouse? The answer is ETL guys. Okay. So chala. So why they are using in-man approach? Because sometimes I don't want to focus on individual data. I wanted to take decisions more on the enterprise level decisions making. I would like to have it clear. If that is the case, so people have to still use the in-man approach. So the question is, why are they using in-man approach when it increases the cost too? The only reason is that. Many times I wanted to take decisions, not the department level, a company level decisions I need to make it, right? Going to the department level and taking the data and combining the data, doing all these things may be very, very difficult when you have data mart level kind of a solutions. Clear? If you have enterprise level decisions, then not the department level decisions. That is when Inman approach is very good. Very good question. So finding it difficult to follow DAX in the last class. Okay. So you need to read once more DAX. Okay. One more question, sir. ETL and ELT both are similar. The answer is no. So that I will discuss in tomorrow's class. Please ask me. So I'll record that. Okay. So, and is there any purpose of advantages in the approach? So advantages are many companies are using data warehouse because small databases will give you better performance. Okay, and many times you have the department level reporting more than the enterprise level reporting, right? So most of the time HR manager wanted to do a lot of reporting on the HR data. So that is data mart level data. Because of the reason 80% of the reports are coming from the data mart level. So always going for the data mart level is recommended. So that is the reason the Kimball approach becomes so popular.